Assalamualaikum. We are from Group 4 and we are going to present about People's Housing Program.
Hi, my name is SYAFIQAH and I will explain the introduction. Housing is a basic need for a person's life where it serves as a place that provides protection and security to its occupants. The government has always been committed in implementing and coordinating the development of affordable housing for the target group in line with the desire to ensure the development of a livable, orderly housing sector to be enjoyed by society. The Ministry of Housing and Local Government, through the National Housing Department, plays an important role in ensuring the development of a perfect, quality and more orderly housing sector to be enjoyed by society.
I will explain about the background of the program. People Housing Program is a government program to provide resettlement for the squatters and qualified for the people in the category of P40 to meet their housing needs for the low-income groups. This program is an initiative taken by the government to help the low-income group to have a comfortable place to stay. This also involves several agencies such as the National Housing Department, the Ministry of Housing and the local government. The People Housing Program for Rented has been introduced in 2002 for the B40 groups to rented in the low price. While the People Housing Program for Owner, the Malaysia government has been set the low price, which is 35,000 for the resident in Semenanjung and 42,000 for resident in Sabah and Sarawak. The purpose of government set this low price is because to ensure the people can have their own house. Next is the problem statement. Problem statement is the poverty. Poverty is referred to the lacking of enough resources to provide the necessity of the life. In this era, the necessity can be included for the accessing the healthcare, educations and the transportations. In the government circle, the poverty can divide into two groups, which is the absolute poverty and the relative poverty. The absolute poverty is the people unable to meet the basic needs such as the food, water and shelter. It also has no accessing towards the social service such as healthcare, education and utilities. The relative poverty is referred to the income of the people that less than the half of the percentage that have set up in the country median income. Urban poverty in Malaysia is a serious phenomenon. It was harsher and more extreme than the rural poverty. Because the people that live in the urban area are majority is the low level of education and skill, low income, lack of employment and lack of the basic needs. It is difficult for them to get the better convenience when they stay in the urban area. In 2019, the poverty rate of the urban population in Malaysia was at 3.8%. The government of Malaysia also revised the poverty line income and it was increasing from the 980 ringgit to 2,208 ringgit Malaysia. Although the people that have income more than the poverty line income, but still they cannot accessing in the basic facilities. It is because the cost of living tend to be higher in the urban area, such as the transportation, food and housing is more expensive.
Next is SWOT analysis. As for strengths, it can reduce poverty and squatters. Poverty is a state or condition in which person or community lacks the financial resources and essential for a minimum standard of living, while the problem of squatters is not new in Malaysia. Squatter problem has become alarming, especially in major cities. As a result, the unfortunate group had no choice to build their house on squatter settlement. Thus, People's Housing Program is introduced to reduce the squatters and poverty. The weaknesses of this program is delayed project submission. There are a number of people housing projects that have failed to meet their deadlines. For example, 4-year delay in People's Housing Project on Kampung Tok Subuh, Penang. The contractors who are late to meet the deadline will face severe consequences, and if necessary, the contract will be cancelled.
Next is the opportunity. First opportunity is to enable people to have a place to stay. The government made this program to help the people on the category of B40 to have their own place to stay. This opportunity is good for the family because it will ensure that the family have a good environment to live. It also can provide comfort for the people to live in. The development of the low-cost housing that conducted can help to solving the house problem for the industrial workers such as manufacturing, heavy industry and processing. Last is a trick. First trick is the people refuse to move out when they have a better financial. It because the people comfortable with the income and basic facilities that have provided. Pupil housing program is created to help them to find the shelter where their income stabilized and recovered. But this pure intention has been abused by some people. It because some of people that living in the luxury they afford to travel to abroad. So it's not appropriate to them to live in the PPR housing.
Assalamualaikum and greetings to everyone. My name is Nur Ali FIRZANAH binti SOLEMAN. I will present about the challenges of People's Housing Program. One of the challenges of implementing People's Housing Program is hygiene issue. Hygiene is one of the important aspects in a neighborhood for a healthy living environment. However, there are many issues involving hygiene in PPR houses. As example, the residents of PPR Lembah Subang complain that there are issues of throwing garbage and many other objects from upper level of the residency. This matter led to the ground level to be filled with garbage from all the littering. This matter not only caused the building to be dirty, but also brings threat towards the safety and health of the residents. The piles of garbage could lead to various of diseases such as the spread of dengue fever. When the garbage being piled up, it could be a breeding ground for Aedes mosquitoes. Hence, the residents are exposed to the dengue due to this matter.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Sahira DOLKEFLI and I am going to present about the challenges of people housing program. Okay, for the next challenges is about the welfare of the urban poor. Under this program, the government can eradicate the squatters and also provide housing for low-income households, especially for B40. The challenges occur during the implementation of this program is about the welfare of the urban poor. Malaysia faces urban poverty due to rapid urbanization in urban area. The standard of living in urban area much greater rather than in rural areas. That is why, under this program, the government can assist the urban poor to improve their own life. When government want to eradicate the squatters around urban areas, such as in Kuala Lumpur, the government can persuade the urban poor to evacuate the people by providing low-cost houses with better environment. In addition, the government also can take over the private housing project, so the government can set the price at maximum rental rate so the people can afford to rent, especially people come from lower group. That is why it's become the challenges for the government in ensuring the welfare of the urban poor.
Next is the recommendation for the challenges of People's Housing Program. One of the recommendations for the challenges of PPR houses is Gotong Royong program. Gotong Royong is an activity where people cleaning an area together to make it beautiful, clean and healthy. Due to the hygiene issue in the PPR residency, Gotong Royong program can be implemented for the people to clean their living area. The program must be compulsory for the residents to participate as they live in the area. As example, the program Gotong Royong Perdana 2019 at PPR Pudu Ulu was held for the people to participate in cleaning their living area. The objective of the program is to clean the housing area and at the same time can tighten the bond of the residents. from the strong bond of the residents that they live in the same residency, they will be able to cooperate in facing the garbage problem, so the garbage problem can be solved.
Okay, as the recommendation, the government can provide more housing to ensure the implementation of this program can be developed successful. To successfully eradicate the squatters around the urban cities, such as in Kuala Lumpur, the government needs to provide more housing to give the urban poor to live comfortably. It is because, based on the statement made by the Kuala Lumpur Mayor, Datuk Seri Mahathir Mohamad, the applicant received for the housing unit much greater rather than the vacant unit. This makes the Kuala Lumpur City Hall (DPKL) need to take a long process before making any decision. Other than that, the government needs to monitor the situation to ensure the urban poor lives comfortably and at the same time improve their own life.
The stakeholders of this program are federal government, state government, Ministry of Housing and Local Government, National Housing Department, the selected contractors, and B40 household. Federal government has been directly involved in low-cost housing distribution through the People Housing Program since 1998. People's Housing Program is the federal government's largest public low-cost initiative dedicated to renting since independence. Next is state government. It is state government duty to provide the public low-cost housing for its population. However, the state government are currently no longer interested in participating low-cost house planning. The state government are currently making requests to the federal government to implement low-cost housing projects which are rental or ownership in their respective state. Apart from that is Ministry of Housing and Local Government. The function of this ministry is to provide adequate housing for all citizens, particularly for the low-income group. Next is selected contractors, where these contractors are given the responsibility to implement the People's Housing Program. They are expected to build quality homes that match the requirement and completed within the specific time. Lastly is P40 household. P40 household is a group with monthly incomes below 3,000 ringgit. The purpose of this government putting low rent and ownership prices for this program is to ensure the B40 people have the opportunity to have their own home to stay. To conclude, it is very appropriate for the government to hold People's Housing Program. It is government responsibilities in reducing the people's poverty. It shows the concern of the administration in realizing the government's intention in improving the living standards of the people, as it is a priority factor for the government in developing country. That's all from us. Thank you.